DHG here, playing Alan Wake. I was gonna make this a Halloween Horror 2023 title, but I thought it's more thriller than horror, even though there are horror elements to it. If you like my content, do subscribe.
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Well, I'm certainly going to give the station a call.
I've never been to a party where they just pop off guns. I have been to a party where someone threw a box of 22 long rifle shells into the fire. Ugh. Wasn't the best idea. Certainly got me the fuck out of there when they did that. Sound and fury. Is that giant ogre dead? Yeah, he's gone.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Sometimes when you hit the sprint button, he does like a dodge first. Sometimes he doesn't. I'm not really sure how to make it so he doesn't try to dodge when I just want to run. That was a problem with the original too. I guess they never kept it or fixed it. Maybe they wanted to keep it as true as possible, even with the annoying camera angle switches between right and left. The effects from the smoke and the light from those flashbangs just looks awesome. That's something that always impressed me about this game. Remedy's always made really good looking games. Although I haven't ever played Quantum Break. I only got 2 bangy flashbangers left. Some more here? Yep. Better be. Here, I dropped this. Oh! If you make direct contact, it blows up immediately. I always feel like I'm missing something. Oh, there we go.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
That's one way to light the sign. Why's he got those white stickers on both sides of his eyes? Tape his eyes open, I guess.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me.
Who's Dan Brown?
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Well, that interview didn't go as planned.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
Okay, I know who
So
he
many
is.
cliffs, it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
I thought H.P. Lovecraft was some English writer, European. Nope, he was from Boston, Massachusetts. I was a little surprised to hear that. Kaboom, bitch! Oh, goody, 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 goody. Always have a way to defend yourself. If you're unarmed, you're just waiting to be a target. See his hand kick up from the recoil. 357s don't kick that much. But then again, I don't have a 4-inch barrel. That was a shitty ambush.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Oh, I didn't see those there. Well, I got a better idea this time. No! Not the flashbang, you idiot. The flares. Yes, there. These things are everywhere. Bye-bye. Yeah. Out of ammo, getting into survival horror territory here. Later. Ain't got time for you.
For the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Shit. Would be nice if there was a stash around here somewhere.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Preview of things to come. Oh! Guy's a little too beefy to get downed in one shot. He says, "What do you think I eat for breakfast? Soy?" I'll tell you what, boy. That's pointing the other direction. You took the time to stack them up? Hey, there's some shit over here. Who keeps taking all my damn thermoses? Like a goddamn hamburglar out here with coffee thermoses. Almost missed this one.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole.
Correct.
It felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Yeah, the feds don't need to obey the law. Or they think they don't.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
That phone call kind of reminded me of PT in a way. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you?
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
He's talking about the possession of objects, poltergeists. Yeah, all this is welcome. I was pretty short on ammo and resources not too long ago here. That pack of flares almost looked like dynamite. I'll save them for a special occasion.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Oh, there's a ladder. Okay. Wonder if you can hear it when I scratch my beard. Hey, beards get itchy, especially when they're growing in for the first time.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger. and it was taking over everything in its path.
Sounded like it was coming from behind me. Oh. Oh, you punk bitch. God damn it. They're kind of hard to dodge, if you can.
I said, sure. I hoped I could find a car from there.
I don't have any bangers, do I? Nope. Flare gun might come in handy here. Flashlight doesn't seem to be doing much. This game's got great checkpoints. I just got done playing through Call of Duty Classic and its checkpoints sucked. I mean, they didn't suck, they sucked dick. They were terrible.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
I think getting hit by a piece of steel that big, flying that fast, probably wouldn't hurt a little bit. It would probably kill you. But this is a game. That was a pretty cool looking explosion.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Stephen King is a good writer who's made some pretty good movies and, well, his books turned into good movies. I can't say I've ever read his books, but he is a flaming leftist retard on Twitter. It's almost like he's part of the propaganda party. I might want to save some of them just in case there's more. Nope.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Durleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Durleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Durleth.
Well, I guess that's the least What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
He's a chubby chaser.
Oh, Mr. Durleth, well pleased, Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Durleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. Such quests always bear fruit. Night Springs.
Shit in his stomach kind of reminded me of Alien.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Just break it all. Let's see. Here's the bulldozer. And here's some friends. Ow. Bulldozer's like, yeah, you think that flare's got anything on me? Got some room in my inventory now. How'd I miss you? Shotgun shells, maybe? Flashbangs? Flares. Goddamn bulldozer stole my coffee mug.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Thought there'd be a manuscript page up here somewhere. He started driving before he was even in the driver's seat.
I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
How did I get down here? Looking for manuscript pages and shit. Hey, your radio.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
That guy's show must start at like 10 p.m. or something. Because this looks like a 6 a.m. sunrise. Oh, okay, that's why the camera was all messed up on me earlier. When you're in the vehicles, the controls are not inverted. I play invert because I'm just weird like that. I love how the road sign back there said hill. You think? I got these things called eyes. I could kind of tell there's a hill there. Let's see what's up here. Maybe two dudes named Deacon St. John and Boozer? Another radio.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me that's strange because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one, she was, and I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
What kind of burner is that? Or is that not a burner? No, the burner's over there. What the hell is this thing? Some type of a map, maybe? I don't recognize it. Not in the slightest. There's supposed to be ray tracing in this game. Or at least I think there is. I don't know if it's in the PS5 version. I would have played this on PC, but I'm not rebuying it. I already own the original. As much as I dislike Steam having a monopoly on a lot of the digital games market, I don't think a lot of their competition's any better. I hate Epic and EA's crap. So is Ubisoft.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
I think Mott is the kidnapper. Ray tracing and HDR, two things that were kind of newer technologies not all that long ago here. And once you get used to seeing things with them on, you can definitely tell the difference when they're not on, especially HDR. Ray tracing, I've mainly noticed, is does a lot of reflections work and
I was supposed to meet the kidnapper
shadowing.
in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Well, there's no reflection of his in the glass there, so maybe the PS5 version doesn't have ray tracing. Oh, I wish we'd start unleashing our natural energy here in America again. Coal mining, shale, all of it. Could make energy so cheap it wouldn't even be a factor in someone's bills.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Maine's the radio guy, I think.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Wake,
Where the hell are you?
change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Alright, I'm gonna cut that one off right there.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.